church, they get shocked sometimes when I come in the church and say stuff because they said the exact thing that we said. You come back and you said it and we didn't even say it out loud. You got to understand that there's a connection that when, bless God, you got people hooked up to you that you know their spirit, and sometimes it gets spooky. I remember a lady in my church one time, I might have told you about it before, that she came out to night service, and when she came I preached about people working all kind of crazy witchcraft and burning red candles in their house and writing people's name on paper. And bless God, after I preached that sermon and I went home, the phone rang about 1:30 and my husband and I were called over to her apartment because a sister that lived next door her, both of them were getting into a fight, and they were getting into the fight because the one that said that the other one called me and tell me what she was doing in her house. So y'all are hearing me. Oh God, help me Jesus. And she was mad. She tore off the sister's clothes and said, who else would have known what I'm doing in my apartment? Because you the one that came over and saw my red candles burning and saw the names written on paper, and you must have called Evangelist and told her. Oh Lord, see, when you move in the Holy Ghost, you don't need nobody to call you and tell you anything. Oh, bless the name of God. Listen what the sister said. She said, no way could Evangelist have the information so accurate. No way she could have known how many candles were burning. Elisha said to Gehazi, I know where you've been. I saw you. Oh, and Elisha said to him, the same leprosy that was on Naaman, the same leprosy is going to come upon you because of your unfaithfulness. Let me tell you something. Whatever your teacher don't want, don't take it. Because if you take stuff that was turned down, oh God, you're going to pick up some bad spirits. Let me help somebody through this. Gehazi was filled with leprosy until the day he died. Oh God, help me Jesus. Touch your neighbor, tell him no recovery. You better be careful how you're backsliding. Be careful how you're turning back. Be careful how you're walking out of the will of the Lord. Touch your neighbor, tell him sometimes there's no recovery. Oh God, that hit hard right there.